What is up, guys? This is Justin, aka FMDigi, and I'm here with a little experiment video. Kind of wanted to test out some of the role mentalities. We've all played with tactics. As I've mentioned before in other videos, I suck at tactics. So I wanted to see, when you can choose whether or not something, whether a player plays a more attacking role or support or defend or whatever. I kind of wanted to play around with those and see kind of how things go depending on what I choose. So I've tested out one of the top rated tactics on FM base and around, and we'll see kind of what happens. So stick with me. All right, guys, so here's what I thought. Wanted to take one of the top rated tactics out there and let it run, So this is the tactic. It's one of the NAP tactics. Put everyone in the spot. What I did do is I waited for players to come back to the team, who are off on international breaks or whatever. Let them get some gameplay in. And then kind of more familiarize them with the tactic as well. I do believe I kind of cheat a little bit and maximize existing familiarity. I can't remember. I don't want to do it now because I've already done this. So I will get on with this and let's show you how the year went. All right, guys. It is June 1st, 2020. As you can see, won the Champions League, won the Premier League. So I mean, this tactic is not bad at all. We'll go in here. We'll look at the tactic. Everyone, in the same positions. Kind of going through here. This screen here. Won the Premier League. Won the Champions League. Won the Super Cup. Quarterfinal FA Cup. Won the Carabao Cup. Won the Community Shield. So I mean, decent little season for Liverpool. But Vision have us at a B-, which is crazy. I guess because I let the AI run with it. I basically got to, I think it was June 29th. I showed you July 29th, and then simulated until June 1st. Holidayed with the check marks to. Here, I'll show you what I did. So I find my mouse. I did this little move here. Yeah, these two right here. Make sure you kind of want to use the team selection. So the best get you. I mean, you're going to run into issues with injuries and such. So you can't get away from that. But yeah, so a pretty decent season from there. So what I will do now is I will I don't know what I'm doing this. I went in and basically made everyone defense, support, or attacking, or as much as I could. I kind of had to move some roles around from these roles because you'll see here attacking forward only has an attacking mentality. So you'll see kind of what I did. So let's get into that. All right, guys, welcome back. This is my attempt at showing as much as I could where everyone's playing a defending mentality. One thing with the attacking players, attacking midfielders, there is no attacking mentality. So basically I put them all at support. But as you can see, everyone else has an attacking mentality. Even our striker up front has attacking mentality. I did have to change his role to pressing forward, but I believe that was the only one that had defend in there. So I simulated this out, and let's go check and see how that turned out. All right, guys, you can see it is June 1st, 2020 again. Same team out. Let's see how they did in the competitions. Won the Premier League. I thought in the quarterfinal, the Champions League, won Super Cup, won FA Cup, semifinals Carabao, won the Community Shield. Where we finished up in terms of club vision, C+. Little upset we didn't get to the semis in the Champions League. Yeah, something to kind of be interested in. Okay, what I'm going to do now is look at if you put everyone on support. So let's get into that. All right, guys, welcome back. This is that same tactic, everyone on support. Aside from these two positions here, there's no support in these, so I put them on defend, just left them as they were before. So let's see how this team gets on. All right, guys, we are back June 1st, 2020 again. You can see everyone here with support except for the two center backs. Let's see how we got on. Won the Premier League. Quarterfinal Champions League, not good, but won everything else. So good there. Club Vision has us at a B-. So yeah, I mean, it's one of these things where not too bad. We won the league by 14 points. Sorry. Okay, so let's do it. I think, let's see, what's this one? Support, where everyone's attacking. Let's check that one out. All right, guys, thanks for hanging. So what I ended up here doing is putting everyone in attacking, except for, again, these two center backs that can't play that, but everyone else, even the goalie, is attacking. So, we'll see. Hopefully, I would expect to see more goals in this, so let's check it out. All right, guys, thanks for waiting on that, which I guess was instantaneous for you. Match, attack. Let's go into competition, see where this team finished up. Actually finished second here in the Premier League by a point, but did have a huge goal difference than compared to Chelsea, who didn't win the league. Knocked out in the quarterfinal, but did not win the Super Cup runner-up. That plaque there threw me off. Won FA and Carabao runner-up in the Community Shield. So, I mean, you can see, not the best in terms of there. Finished with a C+ rating by the board. So, yeah. So, I mean, as you can see, we kind of had a few different things happen. I also decided to do something where I put the defensive line at defend, the midfield at support, and then attacking up top. So let's actually check that part out. Okay, guys, so this is more of a traditional approach, sort of. I mean, you're going to see back line is all defense, midfield is support, and attacking areas are attacking in this sense. So that's all I did. It's same as the default. I don't think I mentioned this before, but the default is basically the default one from the thing, and then I adjusted that one and then simulated from that default. So they all have the same starts, and then just how they finish is different. So let's see how this one does 1 year in. All right, June 1st, 2020, as we've been showing. Go over to competitions. You can see we won the league by 7 points, pretty decent goal difference. Finished runner-up in the Champions League, won Super Cup, I got quarterfinal FA Cup, won Carabao, won Community Shield, Club Vision, B-. And also, I'm kind of rushing through these. I do have a spreadsheet where I'll show you kind of everything compared, and then I like to kind of hear what you guys have to think once everything is set and good. So the last thing I did was I kind of mix it up, and I did defending down here just like this, and then I switched the attacking and support. Just kind of wanted to see what would happen in that scenario. So let's check that one out. Okay, welcome back. As I said, I've swapped the attacking and support positions or mentalities around. So support up top, attacking in the midfield. It was something I just sort of wanted to see. I had already done the attack all, defense all, support all. Threw these in after the fact just to kind of, I was more curious to see if I get different results. So let's go ahead 1 year. Okay, guys, thanks for hanging still. Let me know what you think about this video, this kind of video. More me wanting to see what different tactics do, or those mentalities. What, if any, they matter? I mean, surely they matter a little bit, but in the whole realm of a season, does it matter? We'll find out. Here we'll go to competitions. See, we won the league by 2 points, 9 goal differential over Man City. knocked out in semifinals of Champions League, won Super Cup, had poor performances in the English Cups, and then won the Community Shield. Club Vision, they got us at a B- on this one. So that's that. Let's now, I have everything in Excel, and I wanted to show you kind of some of the interesting things that I did find in there. So let's get to that. All right, guys. Whoa, hold up. This is the spreadsheet kind of showing how everything ended up working out. I'm sure you can pause it and peek and look. But default, right here, the first one, we won the league just with the default thing on 94 points, scored 105, which, as you can see, was actually our best season in terms of goals. And this is league goals, goals scored, goals allowed. It's just league goals I'm talking about here. Goal difference was the highest. Top scorer for all competitions, Mohamed Salah and Origi both scored 30 in this season. But Salah was the highest rating, 7.81. And you can kind of go through. We won the Champions League, quarterfinal finish in FA Cup, on and on and on. I was going to leave it at this, and then I thought, you know, what could this possibly have difference in the amount of money we make over the season? So on June 1st of 2020, I looked at all of these numbers and kind of wrote them down. So you can see we had 318 million in the bank after that, with a 66 million transfer budget, payroll budget of 3.567 million. I have dollars here, but it was actually pounds. So you might need to convert that. I apologize. This is pounds. I put dollars in there because I'm English, or I'm English. I'm American, not English. So it defaults when currency there. As far as this is interesting, transfers in and transfers out were relatively the same, except for two different scenarios, which we'll get into. So net transfer was about the same. That is what made me think, looking at these numbers here, that the money in the bank was going to be kind of the same. But looking here, when we played all defense, came in second with our lowest point total. But it kind of makes sense because we're not, we're not playing a very fun game. We only scored 38 goals all season. Only gave up 10. Still finished second in the league with only scoring 38 goals. So, winning a lot of 1-0 games, it looks like. Firmino was the top scorer with 19. Salah, as you can see, every instance of this was the highest rating player. You can see kind of how we did. Coach performance was not very good. Did have some more money in the bank this time, with a higher transfer budget, with about the same net transfer, higher transfer budget, lower payroll budget, which is weird. So I don't know if the AI had made some sort of budgetary adjustment before I wandered through the door to look at it, but yeah, I found that interesting. Playing on all support, we had our best season in terms of league points. Yeah, league points, 101. Pretty decent season, 101 league points, scoring 88 goals. So not our best season overall in terms of scoring, but our third best in terms of goals allowed, with 68 as a difference. Mo Salah had the best season that any scorer had, of 31 and 7.56. You see here, oddly enough, this is where we had the least amount of money in the bank after the season. Transfer budget was in between the two we just saw, as well as payroll budget, and then net transfer about the same. Attacking, we scored a lot of goals, but we gave up the most any of these situations by a lot. Probably why we finished in second place. You see, Mane had 28 goals in the situation. Salah with decent rating, as he had throughout this experiment. Did get a C+ rating. Decent money in the bank. Highest transfer budget of these four scenarios here, but not the highest payroll budget. Again, transfers were kind of the same. Then when I added on defense, support, and attacking, that was interesting to see how that affected the money in the bank. We had a lot more money in the bank and a huge transfer budget. So I saw the transfer budget. I'm like, well, obviously they must have spent some money, and that is the case. we had a net transfer of 22 million out the door instead of spending 17, 18.5 million in, we spent that much, and here we actually made 22 million over the season in terms of transfer. Oddly enough, we flipped that around to doing the defense, attacking, and support, where we still won the league and about the same numbers as before. A little bit one round further in the Champions League, not so good in the FA Cup, Carabao, but we had less money in the bank, the smallest transfer budget we had. We had the second highest payroll budget, but we did have the biggest amount of net transfer happen. So, interesting to see how those mentalities change. Now, granted, I don't know if I would have simmed these seasons 5 times and then averaged them out. That might be a better way. I just didn't have that kind of time. Each one of these sims took about 45 minutes to do. And so that's 6 of them, and then going through and kind of getting this. So I'm curious, there's not really one that jumps out, in terms of gangbusters above. Defense definitely shows, we scored way lower goals, but we gave up next to none. I mean, that's 10 goals in a 38 game season. That's nuts. So that's pretty cool. 38 goals total where one guy gets 19 of them. I mean, and then he is our striker, so that kind of makes sense. But, seeing how that affects the money in the bank as well was kind of cool to see how all that worked out. But let me know your thoughts if you guys ever played with this. It was just something I was kind of noodling on. Do these things really matter? I was going through and updating, one of my own teams. Like, does it matter if he plays attacking or support? And so I created this little experiment just to see. I mean, you can see it makes some difference. We finished first or second in the league every time, and we had good finishes-ish in certain things. I mean, board was either a B- or a C+, which is, right there on top of each other. As far as money, kind of in the same situation. So to me, they do make a small difference, but not gangbusters unless it's all defense. I mean, that's the only one that really jumps out at me as being crazy different. Still finished second in the league and, took home FA Cup. So can't be that bad. All right. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. I'm not sure if I missed anything. You guys want to see anything else, I can post on Twitter as well, or do a second video kind of doing that. So any questions, comments, leave them down below, and let's end it here. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out with me. That was a weird experiment with role mentality thing that I wanted to do just to kind of compare what happens. We've all dealt with that. Do I want to put this guy in attacking or support or defend? What do I want to do? Well, I've kind of shown you, kind of how, if you set the whole team to this, what happens over the whole season. So just let me know what you guys think. Appreciate all the love and support. If you haven't already subscribed, there is a subscribe thing right over my shoulder, right around here. 2 videos to check out as well. Hopefully you got to enjoy the first episode of Bottom to Top with Hezef, the Ajuwani save that I just started. So hopefully you guys enjoy that. That'll probably be one of the videos, I'm sure, up there. But thank you so much. Have a great rest of your day.